S
Ooh, what else?
to the
Ooh, what else?
Welcome, everybody, to the Plumes of Hazard. I, as always, am your host, the Angstful Vapor. To my left is the talented Fubaka, and down below me is a very bleached out version of Mass Blast '09. He's changed his name to Understudy 77, and I want to welcome him tonight to the show.
I'm not drinking that.
Hey everybody, it's time for tech time. Also, just as a side, y'all really need to change the intro. Damn.
Yeah,
I think it's time.
It's time. It is probably time. Has been a little low on the priority list, but I hear you. It's definitely been a minute. Oh, we lost food. Oh, now it's purely the white delegation at this point, apparently. I hope,
which hasn't been a thing for a really long time.
It is not. I have been filling both roles up for a while. That's all right. I can hold my own.
Hey.
Wait, did I unmute you guys? Yeah, I did. Okay. All of a sudden, I'm just like, oh shit. Did I do it? I did it. Rick
That's
Carr.
good.
Is the Zeta worth the money? That depends on probably two things. One, do you have $100 that you want to spend on a natty? And two, do you like the billet box?
And the answer is no.
The answer for your number two is no, because it's a messy rebuild no matter what you do. That's all there is to it. But if you like the billet box, it is, in my opinion, the best natty that's out there.
I actually did think about rebuilding mine recently.
Yeah.
And giving it another go. That's why I won't get rid of it. Because like every year I'm like, well, maybe I'll just try it one more time. Because like it's so damn nice looking.
It is. It's a good looking mod.
And then I talked myself out of it, which was a good idea.
It's a good looking mod. It vapes extraordinarily well, but it's messy to rebuild. That's all there's to it. You got to have a napkin around.
And it's not a NAR product.
It is not an NAR product. That is also true.
Which means it doesn't vape as well.
It depends on the kind of vape you want, right? It vapes. It's
a good one.
It's the best RTA out there, in my opinion.
I would agree with that, but that's not saying a lot when you stack it up next to an art.
Well, yeah, but that's a dripper. It's a different kind of vape. It's a totally different kind of vape. I know you still like abolishment.
You're right. It's dripper, a very different vape, which is a better one.
It's not, because personally, I don't like, as much as I love abolishment, obviously, and get pissed, obviously, I still prefer them in a tank. I don't like them in a dripper as much. And because of that, in my opinion, those two are better.
Pissed is only good in a tank.
In the Zeta. What's that?
Get pissed is only good in a tank.
Yeah, I agree. Now, Willie O'Boy, Motherhead, he disagrees. Sean obviously disagrees. He likes abolishment out of the dripper, and that's fine. I don't think it's bad. I just like the coldness of the tank. Reminds me of my heart. Cold.
That's fair. That makes sense. I understand now.
Because it's obviously a warm vape most of the time out of a dripper, which is why I like the grill crackers and the squawkers and the drippers, because it's good warm. Yeah, Mass did have an ice cream emergency. I was hoping he was going to come in late, but Sean offered to stop in and sub out, which we're very happy that he's here for sure. Sean, you've got more little shelving units behind you than I remember seeing. What are in those?
Oh, just stuff. Like I reorganized essentially. So like they used to be over here,
Mm.
and I'll pivot. I'm making sure that there's not like too many toys laying around. But I will pivot off to the side here, and then you can see why that stuff exists the way it does.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Are
nice
those some
turntable cabinet.
records? Oh.
There's some records and some fancy lighting. Hold on, check this out.
That's a nice turntable cabinet you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very much is.
I did some reorging myself a little while back. I've got two, like,
So now my room is blue.
yes, it is definitely blue.
And now it's teal.
What's on the what's the shape on the wall back there?
That's the lights.
I know, but it's impossible to tell what it is.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
It's washing out.
They're triangles.
They are triangles. I didn't know if it meant a particular thing. It kind of looked
And
like a
they make-
Triforce with a couple extra pieces.
Yeah, and they make different like this, so they're all fully animated, so they can do different colors and they can do stuff to music and all that stuff too, which is kind of super dope.
Oh, for anyone that plays, that's dope. That plays StarCraft Remastered or used to play Brood War, use map setting games. There is a COVID defense custom game.
Is there really?
As of like, yeah, I think Chance found it like last week.
Nice.
There we go. Put back on like the normal color. It's easier to deal with.
Yeah. a
Okay.
little bit.
You got a room like a smoke mug.
Only if they're, like Bluetooth enabled pencils and stuff, right?
I'm sure he has those in his room.
Possible.
Yeah, smoke mug room. I like that.
It does look like a fidget spinner.
Oh yeah, I guess it kind of does. I guess I could just get a couple more pieces and
Yeah.
make it like
Complete it.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm not the unintentional spinners.
I was kind of going for like mountains a little bit, like that was the thought. But I could see fidget spinner.
I definitely saw Triforce first, but with some
Yeah.
bits in the middle.
I could actually, you could do a Triforce like pretty decently, I think, with this thing.
Yeah, there's a couple extra pieces right underneath the middle bit. But
Yeah.
how are they connected together? Is it modular?
So there's little like strips that tie them all together and connect them, and then you stick them to your wall with these little strips.
All right.
That pop into each other. It was a cool little thing to build in the afternoon. It provides nice ambient lighting.
What are they called?
Nano leaf.
Nano leaves. Yeah, because I've seen like DJs on Twitch with them and such.
Yeah, they're nano leaf lights, which are they're pretty cool. Like if phone controlled, they have a music module, so like it'll actually like play the music, which is kind of cool. The kid thinks it's fun. She'll come in like do a dance party. We'll put on a vinyl, and like the lights will all move, and she'll like jump around and dance and stuff.
Nice.
She has a good time with it.
What is her favorite album of the ones that you have there?
She likes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game album.
Good choice.
You want to get nerdy?
Yeah.
But we've also been listening to a lot of Simple Creatures, which she's enjoying a lot too.
Okay.
It's a cool kind of like collaboration thing between the guys from Blink-182 and All Time Low. It's kind of a fun thing that she's been enjoying and kind of picks that out a lot. And Bad Religion, which is also, makes me so proud.
Did you say Bad Religion?
Yeah.
Nice.
Makes me so proud. The last album she picked was Bad Religion. That one makes me so proud. But no, like I got all kinds of fun shit coming. Like I got that new iPad stand or that new iPad case. You see that shit?
Case? I don't.
The Magic Keyboard?
I mean, haven't they had a Magic Keyboard for the iPad?
No, they've had a Magic Keyboard for this is a Magic Keyboard.
Right.
They made a Magic Keyboard for the iPad, which is a full case.
Oh,
like,
right, yeah.
With like the
It's like
the
fucking
floats.
absurdly priced though.
Well, because it's fucking dope.
Why is
like,
it dope? What makes it better than the other?
It's a hardback case. The iPad floats and it has a built-in trackpad because they just introduced trackpad support.
Oh, wait, the iPad floats? Is that what you said?
Yeah, just pull up a picture of it.
How did I not know? Well, I guess because I don't have an iPad Pro, so that's probably why I didn't know about it.
That could be why. But yeah, just pull up a picture of the iPad Magic Keyboard. It is kind of ridiculously expensive, but it's also kind of super awesome.
It's dope, but it's just
Here, I'll share it. I'll figure out how to share this for everybody. That way, they're not
Right?
missing out.
Pass-through charging, trackpad, and hard shell floating case. Kind of super cool.
All right, my screen share. Here we go. There's a go. Okay. Magic keyboard for iPad Pro. It's not floating. I can see it clearly attached.
Yeah, but it doesn't touch the bottom. That's
Oh,
floating.
Okay, I see. I got their profile picture now.
Yeah. And you can fully change the angle to whatever you want.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool case.
That's pretty cool.
When I was traveling before travel wasn't allowed.
For $300, it better be cool.
So when I was traveling, before traveling wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
I got a new iPad Pro for travel because it's the first iPad I've ever had, or the first anything I've ever had that has cellular. So like I got it with cellular so that when I'm traveling, like it's very easy for me to have a personal device with me as well.
Okay.
That can do most of what I need. And then they put that thing out. Good job, Ace. Ace got one too. See, Ace is smart. Then they launched the trackpad support, and they launched that thing with trackpad support. And I'm like, well, that takes it even another step closer to computer.
Right.
That's convenient. I'm going to get that because when I'm traveling again, that will make it more convenient for me.
Unless you're doing, I'm trying to think about what I would use a trackpad for on an iPad. Now, maybe my word processing, maybe.
It's just the way I work, man. Like, I'm more used to that than I am. I just never really got around to like be at the keyboard and then move up to touch and keyboard and then move up to like I never really got used to that. Like it's just more natural for me to type and then like trackpad and type.
Well, yeah.
You do this. Trackpad with you.
That's true, but that's what I'm saying. As far as the things that I'm running on an iPad, that's what I'm trying to think of. What would be the use case for it?
Yeah, but you can run everything in an iPad now, pretty much.
Right. If you're word processing, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'd still rather have a MacBook.
I mean, I have a MacBook. I travel with one, but that's like not a personal device.
Right.
I like to travel with a company device and a personal device. And for a while, I had a Windows Surface, which I liked quite a bit.
I was going to ask you where that leaves you with a Surface.
It leaves me with I still prefer the iPad. I just don't like Windows.
No,
I just really don't like Windows.
It is pretty terrible. I still run it virtualized and turn it off when I can.
Like, that's my problem. I don't
Mac
like
OS is never going to support DirectX, so.
I'm fine with it for gaming, but like you can't game on the Surface anyway. Like you can play just as advanced games on the Surface as you can on the fucking iPad, if not more advanced games on the iPad, to be honest. So like you're not getting the gaming aspect on the Surface because it doesn't have any power there. It's basically like a tablet.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I still would rather have a laptop than a tablet.
Yeah. But here's the problem with the Surface. Like, here's the real problem with the Surface. If I'm in a hotel and I want to use the Surface, I basically have to sit at the desk because the Surface is like the keyboard is floppy and it's got that kickstand. Like it's not, you can't really set it on you like laying in bed or something. Like it just doesn't work.
Ace is right. If you're trying to watch porn, you could really fly through those clips when you have a trackpad.
True. Very true. That's another use case.
Okay. Wait.
It's funny. I had just started like really playing with this iPad the other night, like for more than like reading books and stuff. And I realized like there's some functionality that I really like. Like the email app that I use, I can swipe through my emails. Like not like tapping down, but like I can swipe sideways through each email. Like it's not something I've never really used the iPad like that before.
I'm on the lookout for a new email client.
I use Spark on everything.
Okay. I used to use Spark, and then I went away from that because they started doing some things I did not like. Went to Airmail. and airmail's starting to piss me off. So airmail has gone to they released a new version 4, and you can patch it, but then it prompts you all the time to upgrade to airmail 4 Pro, and airmail 4 is identical to airmail 3 unless you have Pro, and then it's like new renderings, new fonts, new layouts. It's like it's a new version.
Sure.
So just charge me for a version. Don't charge me every month for a mail client. That's stupid.
Oh, they switched to subscription,
yeah, they
right?
switched to a subscription model for an email client.
Right. Edison Mail is pretty good too. I used that for a while. Because Edison Mail has like tabs where it pulls over your deliveries and stuff, and you can follow tracking and stuff in it. I think that's Edison Mail.
Maybe
But
I never used that one. I think it was Spark. Was Spark the one that I used to use 100 years ago? Wasn't it Sparrow? And they got
It
bought
might have
by
been
Gmail.
Sparrow. So I switched to Spark solely because they had a watch app that was decent. Like that's what brought me back to Spark.
Okay.
And I've been using Spark on desktop for a long time because I actually like the Spark client for desktop. But it kind of brought me back to Spark, and I was just playing around like with the bigger iPad screen and like the iPad made apps. It's like, oh, I can just swipe sideways and it scrolls through my emails down the list, and I'm like, that's really convenient.
Sparrow was the first of those things that you could do all the swiping and stuff. That was an amazing email client, and then I think it was Google that bought them, and they ruined it. They shut it down.
I think oftentimes, like if you look up like best iOS mail clients or best Apple mail clients, like Spark has been winning pretty regularly.
Well, you and I moved to Spark after Sparrow shut down.
I think so.
We've been using that for a long time. I just haven't used it in a while because they started. I don't even remember what it was that made me stop using them. It was something. It was the search. The search was terrible for a while. It did not function well. So I moved away from it and went to something that worked better. But I may go back and give it a whack if you're still liking it.
I do. I admit that I have a little bit of a hard time here and there with search, but that's because I'm on a couple lists that get filtered into, because it's Gmail. Like I'm not filtering them into folders. I'm filtering them like specifically in Gmail's way by tagging.
Yeah.
And like it's hard to exclude that from a search. And there are, hundreds, if not thousands, of emails that pass those lists per day.
Yeah.
So like they mostly get ignored. So I struggle a little bit there, but overall, like I've been really happy.
Yeah, that's an email problem in general, right?
Yeah, it really is. Well, it's also a Gmail problem because every email app does fucking folders, and then Gmail says no, you can't do folders. You have to label it.
Yeah, and admittedly, when Gmail started doing it, they were one of the first ones to do that sort of categorization, and I thought it still is. It's brilliant, but it's not been adapted or adopted by a lot of mail clients, which I don't know why.
And it doesn't mean that I don't necessarily want everything in the same inbox. Like that's the thing. Like I need to be able to filter things away from me and away from my view. And you can kind of do that with labels, but it's a bit of a workaround.
Yeah.
Plumes of technology now because I showed up.
Hey, why not? There's not any vaping to talk about.
That's fair. I wouldn't know, but that's fair.
Sharp things.
Oh, that's true. We could talk about sharp things.
On a Kershaw?
Here, hold on. I want to make you a big screen.
Ooh, I could talk about sharp things.
Yeah, there you go. Bought yourself a what? Kershaw.
Yeah. It's a cheapie. I got it for like, $18 or $19 on Blade Ops.
That's a cool looking little blade, though.
Boom.
Well, that's a cool little blade.
And then I got this thing, not as cheap. This was a 70 piece. This is a Boker, but it's super, super thin.
That's the big and beefy guy, right? The blade.
Yeah, it's got a tubby.
Yeah.
I like that tubby little blade.
I like this one quite a bit.
I have a similar Boker to that, actually.
So, very happy.
I got sharp things.
Oh, yeah. You haven't shown off the one that you got
You're right.
on the show. All right, hold on. Now I got to make you big screen.
If anybody remembers my... Brian and I share a lot of things, including a love of the same knife maker, pretty much. So I've had this guy for a very long time, my little stubby Razel from Graham. And I happened to notice that one of his blade types that I've wanted for a long time, the Rhino, finally came in. in mid-tech, which is,
And who sent
relatively
you the link?
affordably priced.
Who sent you the link?
You did. You cost me a lot of money, you jackass. So the blade style on these rhinos though is so nice.
So cool.
Like, it's just such an aggressive looking thing, and it still has all the same functionality. And like, even compared to the Razel, like the action on this is just so smooth. Like, I think this is nicer made than the Razel. But size-wise, like, this is a stubby, right? This is a stubby. Like, they're pretty significantly different.
Right.
Which I actually kind of like, because this still fits in most places, but it's a little bit bigger. So like, it fits my hand perfect, but it's not quite a full size.
Yeah. It's not intimidating to other people.
Well, not just that, like the full size is too big for me to carry around regularly.
It is. It's a hefty, I mean,
Because I tend to use my lighter pocket, right?
Right.
Yeah, I tend to use my lighter pocket. So like, this still pretty much fits there.
Yeah.
Duro's not wrong. Like, sharpening that rounded edge is going to be a bitch.
Yeah. It's
But
the Razels in general
so
are
hard
not
to sharpen.
are not a lot of fun to sharpen. I mean, I've got one of the other styles that, I mean, that edge is nice and flat, which is nice compared to yours, but getting that tip perfect when you have two sharpened edges going right next to each other.
I mean, it's true of this guy too.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be honest with you, it's true of this guy too, because you're still talking about one sharpened edge here and one sharpened edge here.
Sure. For
Like, it's still a Razel-ish design. So like, it still has some of the same sharpening problems.
It does. That is the probably the only real drawback of the Razel design in general. Is this? It is not easy to sharpen. You have to have to take your time with it. You got to practice and just got to figure it out.
In the same vein of stupid hobby items, yesterday I also pulled the trigger on something else that's a stupid hobby item. Does everybody remember Billet Spin? Rich Stadler, he came on Plumes. He makes tops.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He also makes pens
Oh,
out of titanium.
sure. A lot of guys.
I bought one.
Oh, you bought
Well,
one.
I bought one of his pens.
Is it one of the ones that are kind of reminiscent to the rifle?
What do you write in your journal with it?
So no, it's not. It's not right. Well, I mean, work. I use a notebook, like all day, every day. So I'm constantly jotting down stuff in a notebook.
Yeah.
If you want to share this, Brian, I'll post it in chat.
Oh sure.
It's not rifle bolting, but it's super freaking pretty. Like, this dude makes a nice looking pen.
Freaking Zoom. Why can't I triple click on that to copy? That's stupid.
I would agree with that. But that dude makes a nice looking pen.
All right, I put it in chat for you.
Oh yeah, because I can't post links in chat, right?
I'm sure you can.
No, I don't think I can. It doesn't let me.
$215, really?
$215.
Here, hold on. I'll screen share for everybody that's not looking at their.
And it only does Parker refills. That's yay.
I mean, it's pretty cool looking knife. Or knife. It's pretty cool looking pen. I agree. I think it doesn't look any. So my problem, I hate writing.
Looks like I took a torch to my zebra.
Hold on. Yeah, it does a little bit. So I hate writing, and one of the reasons I hate writing is because A, I'm bad at it, and B, I'm left-handed, which means obviously you get the drag on the bottom of your hand, and you also get, and a lot of people don't really think about this. It's difficult. It's irritating. You know that feeling that you get when you get metal on metal, like that hair, raise the hair on the back of your neck. So when you're lefty with a ballpoint, you push the pen. Right-handed people pull the pen, and it's no big deal because it's really easy.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Lefties push it, and so it feels like that, like basically the whole time you're writing. It fucking sucks. I hate it. I hate writing so much. But so one of the other things is I've got meaty paws, right? And I don't like trying to crank my hands and grip a normal sized pen. Like I like a fatter pen. That makes my hand a little bit more relaxed for a small amount of comfort of writing. So I usually have to find like thicker pens and usually ones that aren't so grady when I write. This is one I've been using for a while. It's a uniball, but it's a real thick. It's a
Oh,
real
is that the
wide
Vision
tip.
Elite? I have a few of those.
It drops ink like crazy. You actually have to write pretty quickly.
So
Just like,
the-
hey, there you go.
Uniball, so I use the Uniball Visions, like not the Elites, just the normal Visions most of the time.
Okay.
But I mean, it's honestly, it's the same concept as vaping, right? For me, like if it's something I use every day, I don't mind spending.
But you're still paying for a $215 Uniball ink, not Uniball Parker ink holder.
So
That's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. That was the argument with high end. You're paying for.
sure. I mean,
for me though, I think I would want some more features.
But the thing is,
right?
with pens, you're not gaining anything in the form factor department by spending $200 on the pen. You know what I mean? It doesn't handle, in my opinion, it's not going to handle any differently. When you buy a high end mod like a DNA or whatever, or like the Limelight shit, that's like a form factor you can't get with a cheaper mod.
I mean, I don't know that that's still true today. Not entirely. You can get a lot of the very similar form factors in a cheaper thing, and you could back then too. I mean, we were buying over expensive fucking boxes.
No one was
of,
making
like
a lot of the art and mod stuff was pretty unique. You guys were great.
100%.
That's what I mean.
You can get the curves and the ergonomics now. All I'm getting at is like if I use it every day, I don't mind spending a little bit of money.
No, I don't, and I can't fault you for it either because obviously, I mean, I've got stupid expensive pocket knives, right? And I don't use it every day. But one of the reasons I got it, besides the fact that I like to look at it, is it offers a form factor and a comfort and some other functionality that you don't typically get on other things. Which
that's
what
almost
I don't understand
only
about that
true.
one.
That's almost only true of Razels, though.
Yes, which is why the only expensive knives that I have are 2 Razels.
Right? And I mean, my 2 nicer knives are 2 Razels, pretty much.
Yeah, but
because there is a functionality difference.
So that's my question, I guess, is to that one in particular, since it does appear to be a relatively normal size Parker pen.
Yep.
Is it like a weight and the feeling of titanium that's nice? That
partially, I don't know. I never written with it.
Oh, I thought you had it. You don't have it.
No, I just ordered it yesterday.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Really fucking pretty.
All right, I am definitely interested to see what you have to do. Now, I bet it'll flip nice if you can do. If you do
so he's got a bit of a kind of custom-y, like how he designed his button, I guess, is a little bit different too, like his clicker. And I am a bit of a perennial pen clicker as well. So like if it's got a really nice feeling click, that'll be kind of nice for me. I get yelled at all the time in meetings, like because we have these like units sitting on the edge of the desk, and I'll just kind of sit there like.
Yeah, I think I'd probably kill you if you were near me.
I do it all the time. So like it's probably bad for me to have a clicker. The thing about these is I can't do that, but what I can do is I can constantly like cap it and uncap it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the reason why I like the fidget stuff.
This is one of the reasons I don't like these is they do not flip very well. They're too light and spindly. They're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it works, but it's just not great.
But I mean,
your zero tolerance.
Yeah,
Jay Hunt said his zero tolerance is a daily carry. It's a freaking tank. That's right. I had the one that's kind of styled after. I had I had a Hinderer, which is a fantastic knife. It is built like a tank. Absolutely.
This thing's got carry written all over it.
It does. Very efficient. I like that thick blade style too. It's pretty cool.
Well, this is nice because I can keep this with my wallet, per se. But this is also nice. So here's the thing: I haven't found a slick way of opening this yet. Because here's the thing:
it's friction.
It pops
right?
open.
Yeah,
it's a friction lock, which is fine, right? I'm not going to do any heavy cutting with it. But I'm like, how do you, there has to, it's almost like a Zippo, figuring out how to like pop it open without slicing your finger.
And then it flops out of your fingers and lands right in your hand.
Because the thing is, you do have to put, when you kind of go like that, it's obviously easier. This is how you're supposed to open it, but I'm edgy. So there's a screwdriver here that really figured out how this works.
Yeah, a little pry tool, screwdriver kind of action. Well,
yeah, I think
Cat Dumpling, welcome back. We haven't seen you in chat in a long time. Hello.
Couldn't this function? I think this is a bit of a pry bar as well.
That looks like a
bottle opener to me.
Yeah,
that's the bottle opener.
Well, the other looks like it too.
I guess.
I'll tell you what it really comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
quarantine is boring.
It is boring.
Because I've also bought 2 drums since I've been in quarantine.
You bought 2 drums.
One,
Play Red Dead Redemption.
I already beat Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
I bought a DJI Mavic Mini for like aerial photography and shit. And then I bought a little tiny indoor FPV racing drone.
Oh, drone. I thought you said
Drone. No, drones. Drums.
I was like, you're not a percussion
my kid
guy.
would I did play drums in school actually.
Did
I
you?
was a percussion guy.
I didn't know that. I thought you were a straight.
But my kid would probably kill that drum. But like I'm just fucking bored.
Yeah.
Like I'm just here all the time. I said it to somebody yesterday. Never in my life have I simultaneously missed human content but hated people as much as right now.
I agree.
Because I'm in meetings like 9 hours a day now because like I can't walk up to somebody's desk, but I can't like see anyone other than my wife and kid. And everybody goes, well, at least you have your wife and kid. And I'm like, I agree, except the kid. Like, because it's a 4-year-old who misses school and misses her friends and does not want to be here.
Right.
Who wants to come up to me all the time.
Duro, all things are dangerous. All dangerous things are illegal. Yeah, we're still in America. This is not the UK where they're licensing kitchen knives. It's okay.
Yet in the UK, vaping is okay.
Right. Vaping's okay, but not a pocket knife. That's ridiculous.
Right?
Well, at least here where I am, knives are not okay. Vaping is not okay.
And nothing's okay.
Whoa. Yeah, you got to be careful there, Josh. Come on, man.
Well, good thing Blade Op shipped to me because Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. That's right. That's right. I forgot.
We were talking about that like a month ago or so.
Yeah, I forgot.
Honestly, Blade Ops and HQ have a better selection anyway, and they run mad fucking sales and stuff. And they ship free.
Even to the People's Republic of New York.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. USPS needs the money. They might fucking shut down.
They won't shut down.
They're gonna need.
They'll just get bailed out. I mean,
they need to be
like we've got. I mean, that's one of the very few federal institutions that's actually outlined constitutionally, right?
Hey, you don't have to amend them out if you just let them fucking bleed dry.
But we gotta have a mail system.
Well, no one understands how much we gotta handle.
Yeah, maybe the government will buy FedEx or something.
FedEx doesn't have that's the thing. FedEx doesn't have enough fucking trucks and all that to deal with USPS volume.
They don't.
That's why you can guarantee delivery with FedEx.
Right.
Shit. Yeah.
Also, like if you live in a shit area, like in the middle of nowhere, you could receive stuff, but you couldn't ship it.
No, not enough FedEx stores. That's for sure. Cat Doubling. I'm glad you quit vaping if that's what made you happy. I'm not happy to hear about the surgery. But if it makes you feel any better about following it for a long time, we're talking about
Cat
knives
dumpling.
and shipping.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad that you clearly made it through the surgery.
Yeah, for
so like that's a win.
Cat dumpling. Wow.
You also picked a fun night because this is the first time I've been here in like 6 months. I think. I don't know. It's been a minute.
It's been like 2 months.
It's been 2
Is it? I don't know. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. For sure. Well, so we talked about knives, talked about pens, talked about
Ooh.
What?
Ooh. Dumpster fire.
An accurate representation of much of our government at the moment.
That's what this one is too.
Dumpster fire.
A different colored dumpster fire.
That's pretty
These things are amazing. I hunted these down. Like these were harder to find than rare mods.
I feel like you had one of those a long time ago.
Nope.
No?
No, these are fairly recent, and honestly, I had a harder time getting these than I did like rare mods. And I had to pay flipper prices on eBay for them.
I'm sure they're very popular right now.
They've been very popular since they came out. Like I have a pin and a patch of this.
Maybe that's what I remember.
But when I first found out about these, it was through this vinyl figure that they only made like 25 of. And then they started making more. And then I just happened to see a reasonably priced of the purple one, which is the kind of like special edition that they only made like 100 of. So I was like, I'm gonna buy that too.
Is that one of the what are those things you used to have, the Funko Pops?
No, it's not made by Funko. It's made by a company called 100% Soft.
The 100% soft.
100% Soft.
Okay.
They make like patches and pins, and some of them are really, really funny. Like one is Future Corpse. There's a naked guy surfing on a piece of pizza. They're all like really cute though. It's just weird stuff.
That doesn't sound cute. That sounds horrible. Because
But they
as we all know,
popularized,
men in general are just ugly things. That's all there is to it.
but they kind of popularized the dumpster fire thing. And here, let's see if I can actually post in YouTube chat. Hey, it let me.
I mean, I didn't take
So,
away your
like-
mod prevs. You should be able to
No,
post
I've
it.
never had mod privs.
Yeah, you
I left the show before we switched to YouTube chat.
No.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, I did. Or when I was there, I was always Plumes of Hazard, never understudy.
That is probably more
So I don't think understudy ever had mod privs.
you were definitely here when we were on Hangouts.
That's possible, but understudy never had mod privs.
That's possible.
So like, I don't think I ever had mod privs.
It didn't come across, by the way.
It didn't.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Well,
it showed up for me.
yeah, it does. It shows up for you. Post
There.
post something else in there. I'll mod you right now. Just post hello.
There,
That's the easiest way to do it.
I posted mod me, which is fitting for a vaping show.
It is. Add moderator. Merry Christmas. You may have to reload.
I don't know. Did it show the link that time?
Not yet, but you may have to
Damn it.
reload.
I'm reloading. Ew, easier moderation. Okay, let's try now. Hey, there we go. Did it show that time?
You got a couple second delay. Hey, it's Marksky.
I mean, so I posted before Marsky, like 2 lines before Marsky. So if it's not there,
It's not there.
then you can just share it. It's in the video, the other chat.
I would, but I can't triple click on the stupid thing to select it. Have these people never heard of Windows control standards? Goodness gracious.
Here.
There. So speaking of Marsky, I popped in on a live chat earlier this week, and it was a vaping related live stream on YouTube, on Facebook, which I normally don't do. Every now and then I'll pop in and say hello to Todd if I happen to be in there and see him go live, but in general I don't. But this time it was not. It was from Hellfire, and they were showing off the new Exoset 2. He had the prototype that he was vaping on, so we
There's
got
only
the
gonna be like 200 made.
probably. So he's showing off the new one, and I'm a little bit more encouraged now, and I'm glad Mark and I got to talk about it a little bit. I'm glad to see where they're going, because the initial shots that we saw, and I shared here on the show weeks ago, was a little concerning, because it looked like they moved over to like K-Fun style wicking, which to me will absolutely ruin the Exoset. But now that I've seen another deck pick and that live stream, I've now confirmed, thank God, that they have kept the Ubertoot / Exoset horizontal wicking, which is good news. They've also got some replaceable bottom pins to change your airflow up, which is pretty cool. And because like he had it in the Boro and he just pulled out the pin and put in another one. So that's pretty slick. To me, and the deck picks that I've seen, the posts look a little bit fragile to me, because they're real small. Now, I'm not saying it can't be done, because obviously Haku did it. They've got clampy kind of style things, and they're small but very strong. So I think Hellfire can do it, because Hellfire makes good stuff that's real small anyway. What was the other thing? Oh, one thing that I did think it was pretty cool is they've slammed the deck way low. Like really, really, really low. So that way they can definitely guarantee that you're going to be able to vape your whole tank, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, you lose a little bit of other functionality when you have a really low slammed tank. One of which, if I understood him correctly, I'm a little disappointed at, and that is I don't think they're going to have the 510 threads built into it anymore. which in my opinion was one of the things that Exoset did for the whole billet box Addy industry that was fantastic, is they put those straight on the Addy. I think there's going to be an adapter, because I heard him say, I had to step away from it. When I came back, I heard him talking about a little thing you can just leave on a mod that's nearby to pulse it. That's kind of a bummer. I hope they fix that out. But I think that one of the reasons why they had to do that is to get that deck really low to the bottom of the Boro. Yeah. Anyway, a little bit of vaping news. How you like that?
When was the last time you ordered from Josh?
It's been a minute since I ordered from Josh. It has been a minute.
I want some pissed. I might bust the K phone out.
Yeah. It's about that time, actually. It's one of the reasons I haven't rebuilt my pillow box in a while. Is to Sean's point, I haven't felt
my bank just emailed
dirty.
me
And
deposit checks.
Sorry. What?
I was saying I just got an email from my bank, deposit check safely from home. Bitch, I got direct deposit.
Nice. I will tell you what has made quarantine a little easier, though.
What's that?
Animal Crossing. I have just been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Now, I am familiar with the name. I've seen cover art and I've seen people play.
It's Second Life with cushier animation.
I've never played it because it looks ridiculous.
So it was a big thing like back in the old GameCube days, because the way it worked was a day in the game is a day in real life. So like you don't go to sleep and move on to the next thing. You actually have to wait or set the time on your system.
You guys get approved for a mortgage in the game. You can't in real life.
You get mortgages. Yeah. But you literally just kind of run around and like do stuff. So you harvest different fruits and you fish and you catch bugs and you decorate your place and yourself. And it's very casual and very laid back. The online aspects on the Switch are really nice because you can play with a bunch of other people.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So like I've got a whole group that kind of like we look out for stuff that the other people are looking for decorations in our shops. And like when there's good prices on stuff to sell, like we go to each other's islands and sell off stuff. I don't know. It's just charming and cute. And like it's a dark time right now. And a little bit of charming and cute is kind of nice.
To be honest, I'm going to have a hard time arguing with that last point anyway.
Right?
That's for sure. I'll give you that.
Like it's something that I'll pick up for a half hour, 45 minutes, and I'll go through and I'll do the things that I need to do. And
I think people would have been doing it regardless of
oh god, they would have.
You know,
but the
like
pandemic helps.
Yeah.
Like
of course, it's helping them immensely. But like I know people have been hype about this one for months now.
Yeah. For me, it's not like I have the time. Like I can get up in the morning, I can put in a little bit of work, and I can kind of take a lunch and I can play a little bit or whatever. Or I can like check out, like spend a half hour in the morning or 15 minutes in the morning checking on my island.
So what I love about my nephew being old enough to play video games with is well, I can play with him now. It's awesome. But we play Rocket League together, and he's really bad at fielding my passes. Like just the basic, like, you know, I take it up the sidewall, right? You know, get past one defender, and then I get to the corner of the wall and I pop it back. I kick it out for a pass. And he goes, he flies at it, and he fucking doesn't even make contact. He just whiffs. Like, he does that so many times during a game. And I had enough at one point, right? Because we were, like, down 2 goals, and I'd thrown him, like, 5 easy looks, and just fucked him up, fucked all of them up. And I'm like, you know, if it was, I'm like, you didn't whiff when it was a spoon with full of baby food.
So, actually, did you ever play Stardew Valley?
I did. Yeah, I played. You got me to play that. You and Tony got me to play that a little bit. I played a bit. It was all right.
Or Harvest Moon, like
Never
way back when on the SNES. Stardew Valley is like better Harvest Moon.
Okay.
Animal Crossing is like that, but slower.
Deep
like
Rock
it's
Galactic.
more relaxed. Because there's only so much shit you can really do in a day, and then you kind of have to put the game down.
So that's one of the reasons I never beat Stardew Valley, because I was bored out of my mind.
Stardew Valley for me was just basically like time management.
Yeah,
like that whole game was time management.
That's why it was boring.
But like I enjoyed that, like it was still leisurely and relaxing enough that like especially on Switch, like I could just kind of pick it up and enjoy it,
Yeah.
right, for a little bit and then be done. And Animal Crossing is the same way. I can kind of pick it up, I can enjoy it for a little bit, and then I can be done.
So
I switched to the light. That's all I use now is the light.
the light.
The light. It doesn't come apart because I only ever play it in handheld.
So I don't like this. I don't like doing this when I'm playing. Like it feels like I'm hunched over and uncomfortable when I play the Switch.
I mean, I don't do that. I like lean back and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm comfy.
So I like game with the controller like in my lap. Like so I'm like if I'm laid back, I just want to look up at a big screen.
Yeah, that's how I play Rocket League. My controller's under my desk.
Yeah.
The problem is I spend most of my time in my office, and in here I have computers. Like I don't have any of my other systems.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't necessarily want to spend like my gaming time or my evening time out there because it's nice that I have somebody sends me a message about something or like work things come up, like it's all right here.
Right.
It's really easy for me to do that stuff in my office.
So that's why I actually just a couple months ago just moved the Switch in here, and
That's smart.
Yeah. So for the exact same reason, right? Because I had a little bit of lull in work, and I had a little time during the day, so I was playing Zelda Link's Awakening. That thing.
Okay, Link's Awakening was really good.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on it.
I beat it on Game Boy, but I was so glad to replay it again.
So
like they did a really good job with that remake.
It's great. So I feel you about that. I just don't like. That position isn't fun to me. Is like having my hands cranked up here, even if I'm leaning back. Like I just want to.
Yeah, I can get that.
I just want to relax a little bit. But that said, this is still one of the most terrible controller layouts ever. Like it's just awful. I don't like it at all.
It's much better for me like when it's on the body. Like it's not great when you put it closer together like that.
Oh, for sure. And that's one of the reasons I think at some point I'm probably going to pick up one of those Pro controllers or whatever.
The Pro controller is pretty good. I have one for like Super Smash and stuff. Pretty good. But like I've been doing that too. Like because what the fuck else am I going to do right now?
And by the way, I don't mean to complain about the Switch. I think there's a lot to like about this.
There is.
The little detachable things, and you can hand it to your buddy and have two controllers in one thing. There's a lot of really cool things that this Switch did for sure. I just don't understand why they had to lay it out so weird.
Because
eventually
it wouldn't be Nintendo if they didn't.
I was gonna pick up Final Fantasy VII, the remake, and play it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But I can't find my PlayStation power cable because I never plugged in my PlayStation here.
Oh.
I had to order one, and all shipping's backed up. So like once that comes in, I'll probably play Final Fantasy VII again too.
Right.
I'm at a loss. Like I don't have an active TV show that I'm watching right now, and it's really bugging me.
Yeah. I'm almost caught up with Forged in Fire, and I've been watching that when I had time for a long time.
I feel like I've gone through like Forged in Fire twice at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Like, and then I just rewatched How I Met Your Mother because I wanted like a sitcom, like background noise, right?
Right.
But that's over now. Like I don't have another sitcom.
So I'm due to watch Arrested Development again. I haven't watched that in a while.
Oh, that's not a bad pick.
Yeah. The other one that I'm due to watch again is Psych. That was one that you got me to
yeah,
watch.
I have to have seen Psych like 9 times.
See, I've only watched it all the way through. I think once, I think all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, Psych is a really good rewatch.
Yeah,
it is. It lost its steam for me like halfway through season 5.
No, I enjoyed it. Every bit.
I'm still watching it, but it's gotten very corny.
Yeah, it gets better too. Like it has a little bit of a lull, but then it picks up again.
I never finished it. Like I don't think I watched past season 6. So.
The finale of Psych is one of my favorite finales in all of TV.
It was very good. And it's funny because you and I talked. In fact, it may have been on the show that I was talking about that extra episode, that movie or whatever that they did like recently, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And you said it came out. I didn't even know it came out. I'm like, oh shit.
And even the movie was enjoyable.
So that's one of the reasons why I want to go back and watch it, because I want to watch it and then watch that, which I still haven't seen.
So the only downside of the movie is the Lasseter had a personal, like he had a stroke. Like the actor had a stroke, so he wasn't really in it.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened like around when they started filming,
Yep.
like a couple of months.
So
ago.
he has like one quick scene, but he's not really in it.
No kidding. I didn't know he had a stroke. He wasn't that old. That sucks.
No. So I actually, because of my love of that show and James Rode in general, Sean Spencer,
Mhm.
I started watching his new project, A Million Little Things, which is way freaking heavier.
Is it?
Like, I mean, it's a show about a group of friends and how they deal with another one of with the head of their friend group committing suicide.
Mm.
But it's also a really good drama. And you're a Phillian fan, right? Did I tell you to watch The Rookie yet?
You did tell me to watch The Rookie, and I still haven't watched it. I was waiting for the whole season to finish up, and I was going to sit down and watch it.
I mean, the whole first season's been over. They're in season 2 right now.
Oh, are they really? See,
Yeah, they're coming near the end of
TV at
season.
all.
Yeah, they're coming near the end of season 2 now.
Good. That's good because I am looking for it. I'm a huge Phillian fan.
Yeah, I really like The Rookie. Like, I have enjoyed that show a lot.
I mean, I know it's a little bit cliche for a geek to say this, but I mean, Firefly was one of my favorite things ever. I absolutely adored Firefly.
You watched Con Man, right?
Con Man,
With Alan Tudyk's short project. All right, you have homework. You have homework, and that's to watch Con Man. Like, the next thing you watch needs to be Con Man.
Really?
So it's Alan Tudyk and Nathan Fillion's in it, and a lot of the old Firefly cast is in it.
Okay.
It's about Alan Tudyk with a different name as he was the pilot of a very popular sci-fi space show that got canceled before its time. And while the captain went off to do big, great things, he's stuck doing the comic convention circuit.
Okay. I did watch that then because I was trying to place it, but I did end up seeing that, and I think you made me watch it before.
Yeah, because that whole thing is nothing but like a love letter to Firefly and everything that came after it, and it's fucking amazing.
Right.
Plus, like, just listening to Sean Astin go, "Look, man, you're the fans. They're retarding you. They're retarding your art."
Yeah, which also reminded me. Speaking of which, I showed the fam Galaxy Quest a couple weeks ago. Same sort of idea, right?
Yeah.
Same sort of idea. It's fantastic. Jason just said he finished 80 for the 10,000th time. That is, it is one of my favorite television shows of all time. I've definitely legitimately watched it all the way through, probably at least 10 times. I still haven't finished the additional season that came out.
I haven't seen this newest season at all.
It was so bad. Like, I was watching, I'm like, God, this is awful. Like, it was so bad. It made me hate the original series, and I can't hate the original series, so I couldn't watch it.
I'm kind of glad I haven't started it yet then, because like I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, you could try, and I got half of it. I may fire up the first one again after I finish it all the way through again to appreciate, of course, the immortal hilarity of the original. I may try again, but it really was. I think I got through the second episode and just turned it off. And I don't ever do that. Usually when I watch something, I watch it all the way through.
Dude, I had that problem. So I got my second run through Castle was like that. Like, I can't watch the last season of Castle.
Oh, how come you didn't like that one?
The last season of Castle was awful.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you. It was definitely weak.
It ended really well. Like, they ended it really well before that last season. So like, I just stopped there, and that's where the show ends to me now.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
I feel like I'm going to end up falling back on like Parks and Rec, which I've seen so many freaking times. But I think Parks and Rec might be my Arrested Development sitcom. Like, I fucking love it.
It was pretty. That was one that I never watched until you told me to watch it. Like, you just made me watch it
because you don't like her.
No,
right?
Amy Poehler. Like, I did not, because all I thought about Amy Poehler was Saturday Night Live, and I never thought she was very funny. Like, she was always kind of irritating. But all the other supporting cast just knocked it out of the park, pun not intended. And honestly, I got to like her quite a bit as well. Like, she rose in my esteem quite a bit from that show.
Her, like, the first season, like, Parks and Rec was one of those shows where like the first season was trying to just be an office thing, and it wasn't great,
and it was not good.
And then it kind of said, "Oh, well, let's not do what the office is doing. Let's do our own thing."
Right.
And then it got really, really good, and they actually had good character development, and like the ending was really good, and everything about it ended up being really good.
Yeah.
But I've got to have seen Parks and Rec as many times as I've seen Psych.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I have been rewatching select episodes of The Orville though because I fucking love that show.
So, not to change subjects, but I just saw this on my desk and I forgot to talk about it. My mom she sewed masks
Oh,
and sent them out, and it's a the reason I'm going to tell you this is because it's awful and awkward, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. So when she said she was describing it, I asked her what was inside of it, if it's just cloth or whatever, right? Because it's just cloth. I might as well put a bandana around my face.
hmm?
And she said, no, she said, I did some research and found some non-woven material to put on the inside so that it actually, does a reasonable job filtering out particulates in the air. And she said, and well, it's a little bit thick and she said, it kind of feels like half of a bra on your face. And now that I've got it in my hand, she's not wrong. It does kind of feel like that. Like, thanks, Mom. Now I'm gonna think about that every time you say
boobies in your face.
Very awkward. I love my mom. She's hilarious. the best part is I could just see her when she was gonna go say that. I can just see her. She kind of had this like kind of yucky face on, a little embarrassed. My mom's precious. She's hilarious. All right. 30 Rock. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen 30 Rock in a while, but that was another one that I wasn't sure about up front, and I never watched it when it was on TV. But the reason I watched it is because, oh Lord, I just totally forgot her name.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey, thank you. Tina Fey I did like her on Saturday Night Live. I thought she was really funny, and but I never. That was back before I had, I didn't have a TiVo and that kind of thing back in the day, so I never got to watch it until I think I watched it on Plex or something, and it was great. It ended up being one of my favorite shows. It was so good, and I haven't watched that one in a really long time. That's another good. That's one I could.
I've been kind of going between like if I pick another sitcom, is it going to be 30 Rock or Scrubs? I think
Scrubs.
those are the two that I've only seen once. That I could probably, or The Office actually, that I could probably go for another rewatch.
Office had some fantastic episodes and a lot of really bad ones.
Really bad ones.
Yeah. I don't
like
think
The Office to me was nowhere near as strong as Parks and Rec.
Yeah, no clue. Mark wants to know what mask size I'm high at 36 double D. That's actually pretty close to accurate. So when she made this thing, like it fits okay, but like look where the straps come up to like halfway up my ear. Like it doesn't fit. That's all there is to it. It just doesn't, like my ears are like folded down in half and it still hurts. Oh
You
man.
can fix that with a rubber band.
Yeah, that's what she used hair ties, like the clothy hair ties.
Yeah. But I'm saying just snap a small rubber band.
It needs another rubber band on it, right? But she did such a great, I mean, she's a seamstress anyway. She sews and stuff, but she's got like wire in the top to fold it over your nose. She did a great job. I really wish she hadn't compared it to a bra. So
Community's the other one that I should redo at some point.
I didn't finish Community. I enjoyed that show I watched it every week.
It got really, really bad.
But it started getting bad, and I quit.
I don't think it's worth finishing, TBH.
Except the paintball episodes. Those are always worth watching.
Those were usually pretty good. And that was one of the last ones I watched, if I remember right.
I feel like that's all I ever remember of Community, though, is the paintball episodes.
But mostly because that was just a dream, when you're on college campus, just to have
Right.
a paintball war like that. It would be so much fun.
Right?
We did that with Nerf. Not all over campus, but in our building, like our student building.
All right. So we have talked about basically everything, including vaping tonight, which I'm very happy about. I am very happy and thankful that Sean came by to say hello. Obviously, always happy for food. We hope Mass Blast's ice cream emergency gets better. Burp. If anybody have any closing thoughts? Otherwise, I'm gonna shut this thing down.
You're a thought. You're a thought.
I am a thought.
Peace.
Everybody, thanks for coming out. We will see you guys next week. Same Plumes time, same Plumes channel. Deuces.